You've never seen my BRB screen, but you'll love it? Well, I appreciate that. I drew it myself. My own artistic talents and endeavors went into creating most wonderful BRB screen ever. I'm so talented, thank you. It took 30 seconds. Someone was like, you don't have a be right back screen. And I was just like, that's true. And they were like, you need one. And I was like, okay. And then I drew it in like 30 seconds. I think I did it on screen. Your hams take at least 10 minutes? Nice. Mine didn't. Your hams are delightful, though. I love your hams. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time, Ari? And why is it Doink the Clown? Oh, they bounce! I didn't know Ari was a big Doink fan. Mankind? You know what? And he's such a cool dude, too. Cactus Jack. Like, he had like 3 or 4 different personas, right? God, what I've never read his book, but I heard his book is fantastic, and I need to check it out. I hear he's like a pretty stand-up dude, at least from everything that I had seen. The only thing that I disliked about him is he shoved a dirty sock down people's throats, and he tried to make people gag, and that really disturbed me as a young individual watching Mankind do that. He really gave me nightmares. I was like, there's something wrong with this man. Dude love, that's right, dude love. One of the reasons you love him into adulthood is how much of a good guy he is. He was Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack. Okay, I forgot about Dude Love. Yeah, he seemed like a genuine dude. He seemed like a genuine dude, and that's really cool. Have you ever read his book? You say he's your favorite wrestler, so I take it you did read his book, right? Yes, you have the power I seek, the crest of heaven. And what'd you think of it? Is it worth checking out? Absolutely. I have to remember to do that. I have to remember to do that. Some other people have recommended it to me, and I would like, yeah, I'll get around to it. Yeah, I'll get around to it. Oh, it's about to get serious. And the last page is like a summary of all his wrestling-related injuries. He has a ton. Dude, what? Yeah. Didn't The Undertaker slam him from the top of a cage down onto a table? He also was on an episode of Celebrity Wife Swap, and it was a great episode. Really? It's adorable. That show was terrible. Is this all the skill you possess? Fight harder and die with honor. That's aggressive, my man. Oh, we have to do this shit again? I want to do this shit again. Boy, I did so well last time, and now all I'm doing is taking damage from this scrub. Oh yeah, man, get him in the feet! Bad show, but it showed how much nerve damage he has, but also, like, how much of a nice guy he is. That's cool. Like, actually being able to... see celebrity in, like, their natural environment. Being just a human being and not just, you know, like a caricature. You never know how much of that stuff's a put on either. Boy, I one-shot this guy last time and he's kicking my ass this time. My brain is full fried. You should have stayed down. Swimming is just so damn awkward. You think Ric Flair and Roddy Piper were also on that show? The Nature Boy? Oh my god, what is that? Please stop. You think you've destroyed me? But it was merely a shadow. Uh-oh. Now the real me is about to eat your peephole. It's time for his final form, exactly. He's got a power level over 9,000. Finally, the ultimate power. Behold, the Crest of Infinity. It's got the Crest of Infinity. What is that? I want it. Why don't I have it? What? I was about to say, you better not be making me take damage. I can't control any of this. This is cool. I wonder what happens if I die. Now the world stands helpless against my power. I need you no longer, Firebrand. You are now merely a nuisance. Die! This game has no right being as neat as it is. It's so freaking cool, dude. It's so freaking cool. Everyone should play it. Everyone should play it. It's so damn cool. Okay. Oh, these stupid orbs! I hate this! Okay. We're healing. The story does seem epic. It's pretty cool for a Super Nintendo game. Oh my goodness. I would like not to be stuck in the pit of crap. I can't not take the— oh my god! It's impossible! I am so desperately trying not to take damage. Yet I'm getting hit by literally everything under the sun. I think I hit him once with that entire health bar. God damn it, can I please get away from all this? This is awful. I didn't see it! No! Oh. I can't do that without healing? I thought I had more health than that. This is awful. This is genuinely awful. I can't go anywhere without, like, just getting decimated. It's horrible. I don't know what's better to have on. Like, should I put on the Fang so maybe we... I can't see anything. Every time I try to platform on something, there's shit coming from... This is, like, one of the worst fights I have ever experienced in a video game. This is horrible. This is genuinely atrocious. I can't fucking move. Like, all I'm doing is just getting hit from left and right. It's so bad. This is awful. This is awful. I don't know what's more powerful of an attack. I might have to leave the level and come back in. We need more healing. I can't do it with what we have. This is awful. At least with the wolf, I could, like, see what the hell I'm doing. I can't line up a shot to save my fucking life. Yeah, we need 2 orbs. It needs to be above lava. And don't worry, you can't hit the enemy unless it's on screen. I've hit him once this entire time. The window is when he's, like, shooting his laser thing. This is awful. This is just... It doesn't feel good. Maybe there's a... There's not, like, a safe place to fly. You can't fly directly in front of him because he's gonna shoot his big, you know, screen-wide laser. This is not fun. I'm all about a challenge, you know. Attacks coming from off-screen that you can't see. This is just... I got, like, a bunch of attacks in there. Maybe if I can try to stay, like, closer to them? I don't know how they... We gotta figure something out. We gotta figure something out. I barely... Even with all that healing, I mean, I barely did anything. We have one heal. We have one heal, so I want to make it count. It takes forever to get up here. This is rough. This is rough. Like, going all the way over to the left feels like I'm just punishing myself. Yeah, I mean, it probably is supposed to take a long time. This is rough. I can take off the Fang thing. I wonder how much damage we take as I have one. I used two, and I wasn't paying attention to my health, and died. A lot of damage. I think I'm better off as the other form. I don't think that's gonna help me. I could take a lot more damage in the other form. It feels kind of silly to use this. I think this is supposed to be our strongest attack, but I'm not entirely sure. Just, I would like to stop the... Oh my god. This is horrible. I don't know what the correct... I'm always like slightly too high or slightly too low to hit him. There's a very specific point. It's not like Mega Man X3 Sigma bad, where you've got like these like 2 pixels that you can hit on him, but there's like a very specific spot that you need to be in. At least our shot's really wide, but that also means that it has a higher chance to miss, I think, because it's got a larger... See, the problem is, if he's off screen... The hit doesn't count. There's no, oh my god. What do you want me to do, game? Oh my god. There's just never anywhere to go, man. This is fucking killing my hand. Yeah, we're on the, like, super duper secret final boss, and he's kicking my ass something fierce. I think maybe we die, we go back, we get more potions, and then we try again. You know? Doing it like this isn't gonna, like, really get us victory. I don't... I mean, maybe you can come up with a strategy here, but this feels so... chaotic. How you doing, Teak? Happy Sunday. How's life treating you? Oh! And because there's so much lag, so many of my inputs just aren't going through. Sure. Out and about, just checking in. Well, I hope you have a fun Sunday, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Shoot. That sucks. Ah, man. Punching the controller super hard, man. Can't do that. That's rough. Yeah, but if we get some healing in there, we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Where is the town? There we go. But we have to. We definitely have to. There's no way. We'll have to replay the entire level. 125. Yikes. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I doubt it. I think they're gonna have us replay the entire level. I doubt they'll put us right back in the boss. We'll probably have to fight the other boss again. I mean, I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do this otherwise, just because of how hectic that is. If we gotta go through the whole level, I mean, maybe we avoid, maybe the next phase is, you know, maybe we take out the last phase. I doubt it, though. We're probably going right back, we're probably gonna have to redo the whole thing. It's okay. Having healing is gonna be good stuff. Having healing's gonna be good stuff. Need like 800 bucks though. We'll get it. We'll get it. I was doing okay there. One of the only issues is I don't know how much damage we're doing. That's problematic, not knowing how much damage. I don't know, like, all bosses have weaknesses and stuff, and we're clearly doing damage to the boss, but how much damage? Who knows? It didn't look like his... So, bosses show damage through changing colors. And I honestly couldn't tell if he ever shifted colors. I don't think he did. I'd like to think that maybe because I could look up his weakness, I guess, and we could just go from there. I mean, we've already looked up a ton of other stuff. I don't think I'm, like, really hurting myself at this point. We gotta beat him, right? It's such a chaotic fight, too. There's always something around you. Yikes. That's a big yikes, man. Wish I had grips on my controller. I want to get Super Nintendo grips. We're gonna get this stuff. We'll get it. We'll get it. I think we were doing okay there. And if I can continue to do at least halfway decent, we've got 2 or 3 heals. I think we'll be able to make it through the fight. Homing missiles would be great, dude. I would take like 20 homing missiles. 30, 100, 4,000. That'd be great. Yeah, the biggest issue is getting him to drop his guard. His claws on top or his hands are constantly in the way, and whenever he takes it down, it's usually to like spit that big laser beam out, which obviously doesn't do me any favors. Do I have that thing on? Okay, we got 500 bucks. We're getting there. I mean, fingers crossed that we go back into the fight and we don't have to do any of that extra stuff. It just dumps us right back in there. I doubt it. Maybe. Maybe. One can dream and one can hope. I mean, I'm not gonna say I've beat harder things. This just feels like super bullshit, that's all. The entire game's been pretty solid. There's been one fight that gave me a heck of a rough time. It was this dog that, like, absolutely kicked my ass. Just destroyed me for, like, an hour. So we've barely been here, you know. We've barely been here. So I got confidence that I can do this. There's not much you can do. There's just a lot of garbage coming at you. The random platforms don't help. I need to pay attention more to his homing attacks. The balls coming, they're incessant. They don't stop. You kill one and he's spawning in, you know, 2 more immediately. I can't kite those around. There's no way. They're just in your face. They move super slow too. So they take a long time to adjust to your level. They're constantly in your way. Are we good? Yeah, let's go. Let's go. So we just need to manage that. It would also be nice to, if we have to fight him again, the same boss, you know, not... Maybe not use 2. I got through him and never even used 1. You know, we beat him without taking... Well, I mean, we took damage, but I beat him on just 1 health bar with less health. With less health. I got creamed in that last fight. My hands are actually starting to hurt from fighting him, so that's not good. It's not having the little grips at the bottom. Yeah, that's okay. I figured we'd have to go through the whole thing again. It's no surprise. And we're probably gonna have to go through the entire fight, too. It's alright. There you go. Shh, sucker. I like that noise. Oops. Okay. That angle doesn't really matter how much damage we take here. We're gonna get a free heal, so we're good. Maybe instead of fighting him in fish form, I can fight him in this form. Okay. Alright, that was a bad decision. Oh my god, yeah, well... Can you not fly into my platforms? Fuck, oh, that was stupid. I knew I should have made one more. Oh yeah. That's just annoying. It's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, we get health. At least they replenish your health a bunch here, you know? I'm not gonna complain about that. At least we get a ton of HP replenishment. I think I'm gonna end up needing That. The altitude. Okay. What a delightful area to go through. What a delightful area. Alright. Probably don't necessarily need it, but we take it. Look at that. We barely took any damage. Ringing a bell. What is this, Dark Souls? It's exactly Dark Souls. This is Dark Souls version, a beta. Shit. This is Dark Souls version beta. Dark Souls is the Dark Souls of Dark Souls. I hear you're really good at Dark Souls, Ari. I hear you're like one of the best. One of the best Soulsers to ever Souls in the history of Souls. Says fucking who? Limafau. Limfau. Nobody? Nobody? But they should? Right? But they should? They should? I heard that they should? Limfau. They should? I hate souls! Do you now? Okay, I don't like that guy. You played the first one and never want to touch it again. Did you beat it, though? Did you beat it? You said played. Why am I trying to drink coffee when I don't have coffee? I barely have water. This is why I gotta pee so much. I'm the hydrated hydrator. I want to try something here. You're at the Gwen fight? Gwen's hard. Gwen's hard as nails. He's a very tough fight. Very tough. He feels kind of cheap. He's got, though, he can close distance no matter what. He's got this programming that goes nuts when you try to heal. He's a tough fight. Oh, I have one equipped. We gotta take it. Very, very cheesy. Yeah, he's tough. Well, we needed to take it, but we only used one heal this time. We only used one heal, so we have 4. We have 4. We had 3 last time, and I just flushed them all down the toilet. But we have 4 this time. It's so cool looking. I mean, to be honest, the boss looks super cool. He's just a big old pile of wet, moist dicks. Like, unwashed. 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 Like, it's like an uncircumcised penis that underneath all the skin flaps has never been cleaned. Someone has never peeled it back. So it's just full of muck and grime. It's gross and vile. Yuck. I would. Cute. It's okay. It's alright. I wanted to get, before we used some potions and stuff, I wanted to get a feel for the fight again. You know, I want to have a good phase before we go into using a potion. Like, I want to get in a few good hits. We barely got anything in there. I was too high again. It's really hard to, like, gauge, like, what height I need to be to get hits in there. I don't know what it is. Dude, it's like, alright, here's a platform, bye! Can I have a fucking platform? I think we've earned it. I think we've earned it. This is the one! Cool. I just want to be able to stand on a fucking platform! That was bad. There we go, we got a color change. Yay! Yeah. It was easy. It was an easy boss for babies. It was the easiest boss I've ever fought. It was the easiest boss I've ever fought. There's never been an easier boss in a video game. Yellow Devil, who? Easy boss. Easy boss. Babiest of games. Guys, this game is easy. There's never been an easier game that's been created by mankind. It's like, let's go Barbie. Not, let's dress up Fisher-Price. That was hard. That was hard. I didn't like that. I did not like that guy. That fight felt very bullshitty. I would love to see someone like absolutely decimate that. It's cool that there was another phase. It's cool that there was like collect 100% of the stuff in the game and then get, you know, super secret ending. I think that's super nifty because I thought we did it. I thought we did it, you know? I genuinely, prior to that, thought we got the good ending. I thought we got the positive stuff, you know? I thought we did something special, and it turns out we didn't. Phalanx almost summoned the power of infinity. Infinity? How do you summon infinity? But he was destroyed by the power of Firebrand. Before it came under his control. With all the crests safely in his possession, Firebrand mused over the power at his command. I am God. It would be a simple thing to use it to reign. Supreme. But in the end, Firebrand decided that his destiny lies elsewhere. At least jerk off on him and rub it in real good. Rub it in real good. The Crest of Infinity. When all 6 crests are united. The Crest of Infinity is said to appear. Ooh. I had all the crests. Well, all but one. And give the bearer unimaginable power. Yes, I want that. Gim gim, gim gim. I scoff at power. It's like it's Titanic when homie throws the jewel overboard for apparently no fucking reason. He's just like, trash. I don't need this. The Crest of Earth. What the hell's wrong with you? Ruling over the earth, the crest gives great strength to its owner. Ooh. I like this song. It's jammy. This is cool. There's 3 separate endings in this game. 3. Firebrand prefers flying around in unpredictable patterns rather than rule. I mean, obviously. Obviously. Of Nunu. I don't want anyone getting near my Avnunu, the crest of air. Ruling over the sky, the crest enables... what? The owner to control the wind. It's genuinely a super fun game. Like, genuinely a good time. They're just 2 nitpicks. The dog thing was rough. Once I figured it out, it was okay, but that was really rough. And that final boss, there's just garbage everywhere. I'm just not good enough at that kind of stuff. I'll chalk it up to me just not being good at that kind of stuff. I'm not. Like, a lot of the times, one, there was a ton of slowdown there, and the crest of water. Ruling over the ocean, the crest allows the owner to swim beneath the seas. With all that slowdown, every once in a while I was getting inputs that were being dropped, and so it wasn't doing everything that I wanted it to do. That kind of sucks, you know? There's so much stuff, because of all, like, the sprites and stuff on the screen, that just causes the Super Nintendo to, you know, and slow down, and when you get slowdown and it sometimes doesn't register inputs. So there was that on top of things that was super frustrating as well. The Crest of Time. Ruling over the past, the crest enables the owner to go back in time. We never time traveled. I want to time travel. Marty, we have to go back. But it's cool that there's, like, you fight the Anthrax, what's his name? Phalanx. and you can get a bad ending. Then if you fight him again with sub 100%, you get that second phase of the fight. The Crest of Fire. Ruling over flame, the crest allows. The owner to control fire. Oh. And then when you collect everything and go back, you get first phase, second phase, and third phase. It's intense as hell. It's intense as hell. And I like that. I like that. And I like the fact that, yes, the super ending true boss should be the hardest thing in the game. It absolutely should be. But I think that there's a better way that you can balance that out. Just having a ton of flying crap around, an enemy that's off screen that you can't see half the time, where shit's coming. I can't avoid stuff. I can't tell where it's coming from. Giant laser beams coming from off screen. I don't know where to go to avoid that stuff. The platforms are, you know, getting destroyed left and right. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna land on that platform. Gone. It just, that fright was just brutal. Brutal. Granted, it was still easier than that stupid ass dog. We fought that guy like 6 or 7 times? I fought that dog like 30 times before I finally beat it. So we'll take that. We'll take that. The first couple of phases of Phalanx aren't too bad. Especially if I'm not like being too sloppy. What really helped in that one was using the second to last power, the one with the super armor, and being able to like fly up and then just shoot them. That sped up that second phase by so much, because I don't think the fish phase does enough damage. The end. I like this series a lot. The Demon's Crest, Gargoyle's Quest stuff. I hope at some point Capcom returns to this, because it's really cool. It's a shame that it kind of didn't, at least here in the States. Like, I didn't know about the Game Boy one. I didn't know about the Nintendo one. I didn't know about this one. There were 3 games. I was like, there's 3 games? Like, these games are fantastic. They're a lot of fun. And it's a shame that, like, just didn't know about them. It's really cool. It's genuinely really cool. I liked it. It's also weird that there aren't credits, right? We've beat the game 3 times and have never once seen credits. They tell us who all the bosses are, but they're not like, Hironobu Sakaguchi. You know, I want people. I want people. Yoshi Nitsume. I don't know. Like, where are these people? Where are they at, yo? Yo! Look at this. We got a special code. Oh yeah. Check that out. I'm gonna take a picture of this. Let's snap it up real quick. Tab. I snapped it up real quick. Let's see what that does. Oh. Oh. Oh, I see how it is. I see how it is. Stupid phone. I go to take pictures. That picture better be there. Okay. You better be there, picture. Make me stab you later. I mean, we should check this out, right? I'm not gonna, like, beat the game all over again, but we should at least check out what this does, right? It's a cool game. It's a cool game. There's a handful of problematic things, but overall, it's a damn good game. I really liked it. I genuinely liked it. That final boss was a little bullshit, but I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. You know, enough to, like, want to continue to do things and accomplish stuff in it. I love that. I love that little jingle. That Capcom jingle makes me want to mingle. All right. Let's check it out. What do we got? We got a queef, kunder, diddler. I don't even know how to pronounce that one. What's happening? Would this be? Ultimate gargoyle? Hand jobs? What does this guy say for the hand jobs? Oh. What does this guy say? Hey! You're the one that defeated Phalanx, aren't you? I owe you my thanks, because I did not like the laws we were forced to keep. No offense, but demons shouldn't have the power to rule. You know what I mean? So what do we do with this? Like, alright, I beat the game with all the cool stuff. This is the talisman called Hand. It will enable you to use your magic more quickly. Oh, that's cool. This talisman is called Fang and allows you to increase your magical power. Oh, it just means that it attacks harder. So you get 2 shots instead of 1. You could really spam that quickly. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's cool. He's slightly different. This one's like slightly different than the other one. I dig that. Are there like any, like, what's the advantage of doing this though? Like, can we like fight enemies now? Or why give me the ultimate form? You can go up and down? Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. That's so cool. Okay, dude, look out! Oh, he can break stuff too! Wow, he can do everything. That's so cool. That is so damn cool. I just want to see, like, are we gonna fight a boss here? You are! Oh. So you have literally everything. And then you get to play the game again? It just doesn't... you don't do the intro stage, I guess. Oh, that's really cool. So they give you New Game Plus where you can have easy mode. I was very confused. What I thought was going on there was... I thought that they were like forcing you to just like, okay, here you go. You've got all the crap. Good for you. Now you beat the game. It's like when you beat the ultimate boss in video games, right? And they're like, here's the best sword in the video game. And you're like, yeah, but I just literally did everything in the video game. Why do I need the best sword in the game when I've now accomplished like everything? I thought that's what they were doing here. Well, you take normal damage. I also have the hand on. You take no. I was just curious how much damage you took. And see what everything is like. Let's check out this. I'm not gonna beat this thing again, but... So you hold up, and you can do the headbutt thing. He can't get away from me. That's so great. I love the fact that you can, like, climb higher. That's so cheap, but also so awesome. I feel like that should have been part of some of the other ones. Oh. Can he do this? I like how it took me to beat the game to realize this was his special power. This is his unique ability. I'm such a fool. I'm such a fool. That's so silly. Oh, man. That makes sense. I hit the A button with everyone while I was flying, and I never did it with him, I guess. So, this is why this is the ultimate form. I bet you it can go underwater, too. He can break blocks, and I bet you he can go under... It's all the gargoyles combined into one. You go up in increments. Are we beating the game again? Easy game for... Oh my god. Easy game for babies. That'd be cool if you could do that. I want to see what it's like when he swims. I'm a lunatic, aren't I? Okay, those are all empty, so... Yeah, there's no way we beat the final boss guy. I just want to see, like... what it's like... You know, to be God. Against someone, you know, who's... not quite God. I'm God. I'm the big G-O-D. I do kind of wish there was a dash move. I think really to top things off, that a dash move would have been chef's kiss for me. Like, L and R aren't really used, and I think that would have been super neat to have that. Bad kitty! Stupid evil kitty. Stupid evil kitty! No one likes a dumb evil kitty. I just want to see what it's like in the water. Like, he's gotta swim, right? I think I should put defense on. Maybe offense. Maybe we could become even more powerful. Like I get to fly all the time. Can't stop my flight. I'm definitely not beating this again. I just want to see the swimming thing. I'm just curious how it works. Like, can I continue to fly? Am I immune underwater? Like, am I still normal, or do I do the floating thing? Like, what is it? Destroyed. Destroyed, straight handled. And so you could just go right back in? That's kind of cool. So you could play through the entire game again if you wanted, or you could just go right back in and fight the final boss. I like how they give you that option. That's cool. That's very cool. You're godlike. You're godlike like this. Super duper powerful. Super duper. Big powers. The largest of powers. The mightiest of powers. We are Purple Goblin. Wait, what? Move over, Green Goblin. Move over, Hobgoblin. It is Purple Goblin's time to shine. We'll give it a good old college try, though. We'll give it a good old college try. We're here. We got no healing, but we'll give it a good old college try. Why not? We're already here. Cereal knows what's up. You get him. Maybe instead of damage, I should do the faster attack. I don't know how many times you can hit him. I don't know if, like, flashing is anything. I have no idea how, like, iframes in this work. I think the only way I'd be able to do this is if we put on the defense ring. It wouldn't be so bad if they didn't force you to, like, ride through, like, cutscene. Like, they could start you, like, right here. Like this is already long enough. Well, it was worth a shot. I only have so many hands! Why did I grab the backside of that? Yeah, I don't think I can beat this guy. I just wanted to see how swimming worked. We saw how swimming worked. You just kind of like jump around in the water. It's not swimming at all. You just don't take damage in the water. At least it seemed like. So. Oh my god, go away, you dumb fucking ball! Man, that is brutal trying to like shoot those balls down. I'm gonna give it one more shot. We'll put on the defensive thing here and see if maybe we can like take a little more damage, but... It's just garbage, 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 garbage. I didn't put the defensive thing on, did I? Oh, good! Why do you keep grabbing backwards, man? I don't understand how I get on the backside of something. Alright, let's put on the defensive thing and see if maybe we can, like, actually put in some effort there. It feels like he's just as strong as the other form. So I would have to get in quite a few hits. I didn't destroy either of those balls. Right. I love how... God. What do you call it? It doesn't move its hands until, like, almost always I'm about to get hit by something. It's always, like, right as one of the balls are directly in my face. It's like, okay, move hands, and it's like... It just doesn't ever feel like a good opportune moment. And then I'm constantly getting barraged by the platforms, too. Like, the platforms are just as dangerous as... everything else. It's like, okay, I want to get away from, you know, the murder balls. Nope. It's a cool looking fight, but it feels like... feels horrible. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm done. Look, I had a fun time playing this game. It's a good time. Let's go find someone to raid. I had a good time playing. I streamed way too long. How long did I stream for? 13 hours. I'm a lunatic. It's way too long to stream for. Let's go find someone to raid. Let's go give someone a fine howdy do. It's been a fun Saturday, Sunday. I had a good weekend. Good, positive, wonderful weekend. I'm getting all sweaty. I think I've had enough Demon's Crest. Not that it's bad, just I think we're done. I think we're done. Oh, Ari, no worries. I have a fun time streaming. Let's go raid, Jake. Let's go raid Jake. They're playing Celeste. He's playing Celeste, and Celeste is a delightful game. I don't know if you guys have ever seen yourselves some Celeste, but it's a very, very cool game. So we're gonna go raid Stream Stack TB, tuberculosis. No, Stream Stack TV. He was in here earlier cheering me on, playing some Demon's Crest. Sunday's my day off. We will be back on Monday, and I'm pretty sure we are starting up Elder Ring. Is that how you pronounce the game title? We're gonna play that. We are going to play that game this Monday. I'm super excited for Elden Ring. Super duper, super duper. I've waited like an entire Elder Cock Ring. Exactly. Old rings on old balls. If you like it, put a ring on it. That's what I say. And if you like it that much, put an old ring on an old person and then squeeze. Okay, anyways, go say hey to Jake. He's super cool. He's a fun guy. He's playing Celeste. It's a ton of fun. Get out of here. I'm leaving. I don't got time for this. Either way, I will be back on Monday. Have great rest of your weekends. If you watch football, enjoy football. Good Super Bowl. Go team! I'll be back on Monday. Go say hey to Jake. He's super cool and fun. Guys, have beautiful weekends. Enjoy yourselves. Be merry, be happy. Do something you regret. No, don't do that. Do something that you... Well, it turns out that there's another place we can go in the game. I didn't notice it, but when I cut stream, I saw when I went to the map that there's another place in the complete northeast side of everything. What is that? There's a brand new place over here. So what I did was, knowing that this is probably another level and possibly boss, I went and grinded for some money in town, and so now we're gonna roll into whatever this is, because this game doesn't end. There's always more. There's always more. Yeah, I'm gonna use the fish form here. That seems good. Yeah. We have to jump up. This is a weird level. The fact that I figured out that you can do that so late in the game is kind of frustrating on my side. Nothing up there, and a door. This seems pretty straightforward. I think we're just going into, like, another boss fight. There's another, like, final boss. We went to the final boss, and there's a super secret, super duper final boss. Like, what? Yup. Okay, that's taking a lot of damage there, huh? What is this ball? How about we now do some damage here? Gotta keep an eye on health. Maybe that's not a great idea. I wonder what's better, this or the Fang? seems like the fang is like slight, or whatever this is, the hand. What I do know is this guy sucks booty holes, man. What is this fight? Whatever that dark hole thing is we're... Oh, okay, I was gonna say we were knocking it away. Apparently not. We should equip that. I'm just... Yep. Yep. Oh, okay. Giant blood attack, huh? There's nowhere to go. Cool. This is lovely. Wow, this is brutal. Yeah. This is brutal. I'm gonna put on another healing potion. I can never hit this guy. He's constantly in some sort of, like, state of inattackitude. And I got defense on? Come on, man, just let me hit him. Woo. I don't know if we're gonna beat this guy. just brutalized. Holy crap. He turned red, so we were doing damage. But that means I gotta go, like, grind and stuff. That's, we need, like, 700 monies to do this. That is, that's nuts. And I had the defense on the whole time there. Well, maybe not in that first, second phase. We were using the, we were using the fang for a little while. What was it? The hand? It was the hand. So I could shoot more. Wonder if I should use other gargoyle. Like, I don't know. I'm assuming ultimate gargoyle has the good defense as well. Like, it takes all the amplitudes. I don't know what it is. That was terrible. Yeah, I don't... That's rough. It feels like we're just gonna have to get lucky here. That felt just as bad as the final, well, whatever the big snake final boss thing. The Medusa thing that we fought before. It may not take as many tries. And we can at least just kind of like stroll back in there relatively quickly. You know, that's cool. I don't have to go through like an entire level. You just have to go through some like brief area and then you're right in the fight. I can't believe there's so many endings to this game. This is like the 4th thing. I mean, that's cool, but at what point are you like, yo, this is a bit much? Okay, here's the secret ending, but also the super secret ending, also the super duper secret ending. I mean, we earned this for sure, but holy crap, man. This is nuts. This is insane. In some way, it's kind of cool. In some way, it's kind of cool that there's just like so much going on, but I think the amount of hiddenness is a bit extreme. Like, you don't see this kind of stuff anymore. There's like a handful of hidden things, 1 or 2 hidden areas in games, you know, and you're like, oh, cool, secret zone. This, like, everything in this game is, oh, right, we should put on the money thing. Everything is hidden. And it turns out I was wrong. These are the ones that are the big ones. I thought like the silver ones had all the money in them. They don't. It was those, the ones with like the skulls. So there's like three different amounts. These are worth 1. Those are worth 5. And then the big ones with the skull on them, that one, those are 20. I had no idea. I thought the silver ones were worth more. They're not. I had it wrong. And I thought the other ones were like maybe like 5 or 10 or something like that. And then the silver ones were the big money ones. Yeah, these are 20. I'm shocked. What are we at? We need 700, I think. If I did my math right. I think using the fang, not the fang, the hand, the thing that allows us to attack twice, that's the good stuff. I think that's what we really want. The downside is, you know, taking a ton of damage like a fool. I don't know how we'll avoid a lot. There's just so much trash there. This one seems maybe not worse, but at least just as bad as far as like not really being able to see the enemy, get to the enemy. There's projectile spam. You don't really move all that fast, so getting to the enemy, he's constantly moving. That makes this fight very difficult. Very, very difficult. We'll get through it. It might take a few tries. The only downside is that, like, I have to do this every time we lose, which is a little frustrating. Where are we at? 642. Maybe we can, like, find something in one of these. Big money? No. Yeah, there we go. Big money. That's the only downside, is that we just have to come here and, you know, buy a ton of ginseng every time. It can't be simple, you know, it's gotta be. Why has everything gotta be so complicated? It couldn't just be straightforward. I was hoping we'd get him first try. I think I noticed the fact that it changed the color there. So we were at least close. I'm definitely gonna switch to the hand in whatever that other phase. Oh, already going down. You know, we need to. So we start with armor, I guess. We start with armor. Legendary gargoyle. Yeah, you know what I'm thinking? No. Okay. We've got armor, right? We've got our attacks. Alright, let's go for it. Okay, I'm going to go here. Keep an eye on health. But this is at least guaranteed hitting him. With all the shots, like something's getting through. Like, every opportunity of damage is being done there. Granted, we're taking a ton of damage myself. Obviously isn't ideal. It's so gnarly. I don't know how we're supposed to hit him here. Oh, that's what summons that? Okay, we go back to the hand. I have one equipped, right? The heal there. It feels like the only time I'm actually, like, hitting him is here. And then he goes into whatever this is. It's not until he's, like, dropping the rocks that we're actually hitting him ever. That is empty, so we do this. I don't know what's better. No! He was red! I didn't know. Shit. I didn't mean to do that. Fuck, I had a potion. I meant to go to stage select. We had him. I was so distraught. The downside is you don't get to keep any of the stuff that you have. That makes me so sad. Damn it. Like, I actually saw him turn red there. We were actually doing really well. Damn. It makes me so sad that they take your stuff away. I don't understand that, why they do that. It feels like a slap in the face. I didn't have much money there. The only thing that's disappointing about that was I definitely should have healed. It was doing way more damage than I had thought. We didn't have the defense on. Maybe we should just keep defense on the entire time just because of how much damage I take. Maybe it's not worth switching up to like something else. Maybe we should do the Fang. Not the Fang. Is it the Fang? The thing that does more damage? Maybe I should do that. I don't know what's better. Like, getting the extra hits in, right? Because there's that. We're getting in extra hits by doing the other attack, the hand, that allows us... it gets us, like... It seems like it does. Which, to me, would be better. You know? That makes more sense to me. you're pretty much guaranteeing more attacks land. I don't know. If I can get close to him while he's doing the red charge thing, I can just spam the attack. The downside is there's this orb that's constantly badgering you, and you can't break it. Unlike the things that you're allowed to like break that the enemy has sent out before, like the big homing orbs, this one just sits on top of you. I mean, I'm not really devising a strategy. The only thing I'm thinking of is trying to get into the enemy's face. That is honestly the only thing that I'm like, okay, this is what we need to do here. We had him. That was it. If I healed there, that would have been it. I didn't think. I thought I saw 1.5 HP and I was like, okay, we're good. I'll heal when we take another hit. I didn't realize it was doing so much damage. Well, not so much. It's not like 3 or 4 hits. But it was more than I had anticipated. That's my fault. What do we have now? We're not even halfway there. I thought this was gonna... I don't know. I don't know what I anticipated. I didn't know that I figured there'd be a boss. I actually thought there was gonna be an entire level. I was gonna say, I didn't think this was gonna take this long. But at the same time, I didn't know what to expect. So, yeah, it took this long. There's a lot more to this game than I realized, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, more content's rarely a bad thing. It depends on what that more content is, though, and... I think you can make a boss difficult without making it bullshit. But granted, that kind of balance, that's a great conversation to have too, about what makes bosses difficult and what makes them like more on the side of bullshit than anything else. Right? There's a reason why I don't play bullet hell type games, because I think just like spam attacks, while fine for the player, not necessarily great for the enemies that you're going up against. To me, that's not a great way of balancing difficulty, unless your character is equipped to handle those kinds of things, and Firebrand is not equipped to handle the bullshit amount of attacks coming. My nose is itching. I need $100 more dues. He's not fast enough to like get out of the way of stuff. The that little homing thing is depth. I don't know if it's faster than this. It moves pretty slow. But there are definitely enemies and attacks in this game that move way faster than we do. Not to say that Firebrand is lightning fast compared to Gargoyle's Quest 1 and 2. Lightning fast. He's constantly made moves. In Gargoyle's Quest 1 on the Game Boy, you moved like you were moving through quicksand, you know, super slow. In the Nintendo one, you definitely have more speed. He's still clunky, but definitely faster. And in this one, it's night and day. Going from the Nintendo one to this one, I thought we were like sprinting, but no, you're still pretty slow in this. And to avoid attacks, it's pretty difficult. Now, the nice thing is that Firebrand jumps faster and falls faster, and that to me is great stuff. I like that. That is very satisfying. That is the good. Like, we can actually move a bit more proficiently, and that feels fantastic. What are we at? 793. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna break them anyways. Man. Well, on one side, at least I'm learning a bit about the boss. There's not a lot you can do to avoid his stuff. There really doesn't feel like there's a ton that you can do to get out of the way of a lot of his projectile spam. It's the first part of the fight, he's got, I guess it's not phases, but he's got two I guess he is. I guess he's got two different phases. He's got whatever the skeleton demon thing is, and then he's got the aura shell thing. You know? And, defense. So we've got Fang and Hand. I honestly don't know which of those to use. To be perfectly honest. Like, the Fang probably does more damage. How much more damage? I don't know. Does it double? Does it triple the damage? It says do more damage. It's not helpful, because while the Hand definitely does twice the amount of damage, you have two bullets that you can spam quicker, so that we know does like twice the damage. The Fang, if it does 3 times more damage, then 4 times more damage, 5, then yeah, obviously that's the way to go. But we don't know how much it does. We got it this time. I think we got it this time. I think this is the one. I think this is the one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was no... I couldn't get up there. We need to come from, like, the side or something like that when he's doing that. Alright, this is the one where I'm not sure if we do Hand or Fang. Like, we know these attacks are getting in there. I'm gonna heal. We don't want to take a chance. We get down to 2 HP. I definitely need to heal. It's silly not to. No, you idiot. I keep hitting the Y button to go forward. I can't get that out of my head. The up button goes forward. Why does the up button go forward? I need to go back to town. We used 1, right? Yeah. We just need 140. I can't believe I did that. I was not even looking at my health. I was looking at the enemy to make sure we were hitting the enemy. Wasn't even paying attention to my health. I was just like, look at me, I'm doing great. I'm an idiot. I can't tell if he's taking damage. The only time I saw him ever change color, like, I'm desperately looking at him, and every time I see him get hit, they flash, and I'm thinking, did he change his color? Did he change his color? I feel so stupid about that. I really need to pay more attention to our health gauge. I'm doing a really bad job of doing that. Like, before I was fine, and now all of a sudden I can't pay attention to save my life. Oh, right, we need that guy. How much did we need? 1, 4. Oh, okay, we got enough. We can buy a jar of jugginess. Ah, man, I was feeling good that time, too. I mean, regardless of how I feel, doesn't really matter. I feel great! Gamer. I make such silly, small mistakes. Such absolutely pointless mistakes. Just a little more, you know, paying attention to what I'm doing and I'd be fine. I feel like we were getting some good damage in there now. Hit the up button to go forward. Like, that was completely avoidable. I just needed to pay attention to my health. I'm actually super surprised that it dropped so much. Maybe I really should have the defense on. Maybe switching is not a good idea. I honestly don't know. You know? I really don't know. What? Bullshit. Okay, well that... Whatever. I mean, what's 1 HP, right? Could be the difference between life and death here, for sure. Ah, would have been nice if that was health, right? No! God! Well, there goes a healing potion. I'm a fucking moron. And I can't hit one button. No, we take the death. That's twice in a row. We take the death. There's no way. His body does so much damage. Okay, that's a big thing. Getting hit by projectiles, fine. We really can't get hit by his body. We cannot get hit by his body. That's actually good information. The contact damage is massive. I can't believe I hit that. I think we're okay on money. I think I could just go buy one. Yeah, alright, good. But we do need to switch bodies. I can't believe I did that. No. I can. I can totally believe I did that. That is absolutely something I do. It's not a bad thing that that's the first time I've done that. Like, hit 2 buttons at once, at least doing this. I don't know why. Like, the X and Y button aren't exactly, like, hugging next to each other. There was no reason for that to happen. I just kind of fat-fingered. This game's a really nice-looking Super Nintendo game, and there is a ton of slowdown. You know, as a kid, that was stuff I never noticed. Or was never really, like, I guess, privy to? You know, I guess I kind of had an idea that there was slowdown in video games, but whoops. Because I had played stuff... Oh, I did double jump. I had played stuff, you know, like the Mega Man games and all that, so I had seen slowdown on consoles before. I think there was slowdown in Battletoads. You had seen it, but you never put like 2 and 2 together. Like, this is like hitting console limitations, and this is poor optimization. You know, I didn't know about that stuff as a kid. Like, I could have used that last time. No, I would have died anyway. Okay, so what are we doing? The hand here, I guess? I think those rocks kind of hurt. That... not a great place for the spikes to go. Alright, we healed. I wonder if it's random which spikes come out. Can we please shoot them? I feel like the last time, like, I hit him like a ton of times. This is gonna make life so difficult. Hey, we're going back to defense. We gotta throw you on. I want to get the hell out of there. Man, you know, he's a huge object. I'm paying attention, look at that. Look at me paying attention to my HP this time. Come on, man. Just give me all these sweet hits, brother. Yeah, the entire room eventually ends up as, I feel like I'm also doing slightly better now that we're not, like, taking damage to the... That's bad. Yeah, alright. We get down to 2, we don't take a chance because body contact can kick our ass. I think I'm gonna switch over to big attack. See if we're getting some, sneaking some shots in there. No! Why, Cereal? What the fuck? Pay attention to your health, dude. What the hell's wrong with you? Fuck! Don't go back in the level. God, I'm so frustrated at myself. I had 2 more ginsengs. We were doing so... It's just, it takes so long to do that. We were at the end. Why, man? Just pay attention to your health, dude. I'm so worried about attacking that I just completely forgot. Like, I was so zoned in on attacking him, I wasn't even thinking, look at your health. Again, he turned red. We were closing in on the end. You could tell the entire room was covered in spikes at that point. There was no safe place to be anymore. God damn it, man. I am so angry at myself, and I can't stop hitting the Y button to go forward. Why is the Y button not go forward? It's like a driving game. It's what I think. I'm thinking like, okay, we're driving. God, I'm an idiot. Oh, that's so frustrating. This would be over. This would be over. If I could just pay attention. I need to know how much damage each of these attacks do. You know, I need to pay attention to that. The body contact, we avoided pretty well. That was actually really good. Normally when we get to that phase, I'm like on like the 4th or 5th vial. That was good on my part. We avoided a lot of body contact damage. That was just delightful. It's not too hard to avoid it. You know, if we get hit once or twice, that's not ideal, but it's fine. But I avoided it like all. I don't think I took any body contact damage there. We got close, but I got hit by projectiles, which allowed me to go through it. Because, surprise, surprise, we have iframes in this game. The invention of iframes is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. They don't need to last long, but it's long enough that you get yourself out of harm's way. It's such a great invention to give the player invincibility frames. It's wonderful. And when it's okay sometimes when games don't offer you iframes. It's okay sometimes. Sometimes it's perfectly fine, but there is nothing like watching your health just like boop, 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 because like an enemy is standing inside of you. And you're like, oh, my health. My health. I hardly knew ye. $246. I'm so angry at myself. We don't need everything. We just need, was it, $300, $420. No, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed in me. Like, this lack of being able to, like, pay attention. $60 dues. Maybe one of these other windows over here have it. No. No. Sadness. And the smaller windows just aren't worth it. I mean, there's like 40 small windows, but like hitting the big windows, you have the possibility to get, you know, 4 items. I think we're good, right? Yeah. Exact, right on the nose. Bow 20. We'll break these for funsies. The only downside to this gargoyle's attack, it's cool, but the fish attack blows up 3 blocks. Oh, I was about to walk back out. I'm super disappointed in me. Super duper. So that is ginseng. They all say ginseng. Okay. Being in his face is not great. Maybe we should go to the backside of him. I mean, crap is... The same crap is gonna fly out regardless. I think being in front on the left is the ideal place. I think... I haven't actually seen it, but I think the right side of... behind when he goes into that second form, I think that gets destroyed quicker, and there's more what do you call it, there's more spikes over there. I think that side gets destroyed faster. I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason as to which walls get destroyed? That I can't tell. Hey, we hit it once. No, alright, well. That sucked. Okay. Yeah, I really don't know what's better. Which one of these actually serves us? Alright, well, this officially sucks. Yeah. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense, which one. I can't tell. But I can tell that we're getting hit by literally everything under the sun. Maybe we should go to the other wall. This is not ideal. No! Oh! Did I not? Oh! Did I not have another potion equipped? As soon as I use a potion, I need to go in and equip a potion. As soon as I use one. I was spamming on the button and I was like, what the hell's happening? Like, before... I thought maybe there was, because of all the slowdown and stuff, inputs are getting dropped and stuff, so I thought maybe... Do I have enough? Yeah, we have enough. Okay. I thought, I don't know what I thought. It doesn't matter. I fucked up. Like, all these tiny mistakes add up. It's frustrating. Not at the game, me, you know? Not angry at the game for this. This is all stuff that I can do to avoid, and I'm like, ah! I'm Arnold in Total Recall. Eyeballs popping out of my head. It's not making me happy. Bad cereal. Jesus, man. Pay attention, dude. And all these tiny little mistakes that are easily avoidable. Okay. This one's the one. Can I jump? God. Damn it, game. That was just... like, I couldn't get away from anything. How much does a rock do? It's like 2 damage. That does, like, the black thing does a lot of damage. That does, like, 3 damage. Okay. We put on another potion immediately. We don't play the game. It's not when you need it, you just equip it. What rock does, is that just straight up 2 damage? Everything's doing 2 damage. So we know that for a fact that everything is doing 2 damage. Okay, I have a ginseng on. Okay. I want to get hit again. And we will equip another. And we will go to defense. Okay, go to the other side. This is fine. And we make sure we got our battle gear on. It does seem that those attacks are completely random. The black orbs, they are completely random. That's good to know. Like, I got a death grip on holding left. Right, we don't play the game. I was watching my health. I am making sure to constantly monitor it. I've never been this bad paying attention to health, ever. I feel like I'm doing bad, though. I don't feel like I'm doing well here. Definitely don't feel like I'm doing well. We're getting attacks in though. Oh, that's right. We definitely need to heal. I don't know where that orb is going. Come on, man. Make some hits. Brother. Fuck, we're on our last one, aren't we? Yeah, we don't want to gamble. I don't know that I can do this. We're dead. Shit. That went bad. Okay, we do Fang. I guess we just stick with Fang. I feel like there were opportunities, like those other fights that I died in, I think I was like way closer. But maybe not. I don't know, like that the whole arena like closed off to me there. Alright, we do Fang then. I don't know, we'll gamble. Hey, we used the double shot there, and I was landing attacks. But the hand just... Like, I saw he was a different color, but I don't know how many more attacks that, like, actually needs. Dang. Like, we made it pretty deep into that fight. I guess we used the Fang and hope that that does more than the hand. Boy, that was a little... Like, I don't know that, you know... I don't know how to avoid damage there. There's nowhere to go. Like, the floor is made of spikes. You know, I'm not trying to stand on the spikes and take damage. But then you gotta stay under him when the rain thing comes, right? When that, like, I'm assuming it's blood, the blood waterfall, the deluge. You have to stay under him. You don't really have a choice. Yeah, I guess we'll try the heavier stuff and hope that I can do stuff. I think one of the big things here is trying to get more damage in when he's just flying around. It's really hard to in that other phase when he's not like dead set and staying still. Maybe I can try to. I don't know where to go as far as like avoiding stuff. You know, I'm not sure where I can. When there's like 10,000 objects like flying at me, I don't know what I can do to avoid any of that. Other than fall down. If I fall down, then I take more damage and I'm out of range of stuff, and then I gotta climb back up. I feel like my best bet is doing what I've been doing. But I guess we upgrade to... Upgrade. I guess we try the thing out and see if that actually does more damage. 150 bucks. Like, it's reliant on him being vulnerable. That really sucks that he's invulnerable. Like, that genuinely sucks that he could just be invulnerable. Like, having a hitbox, but it's like the other true boss. I don't know what you would call it. The snake boss, where he's constantly blocking his face. And you just have to rely on RNG. It also, we had bosses like that in 1 and 2 where they block their weak point. You know, they move their hands in the way of their weak point. That's been a common theme in this game, that enemies like to block their weak point. It's a little frustrating. We good now? Oh, way good. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, it's cool that there's another boss. I didn't know it was gonna be this, like, fucking difficult. I would also like the option of having a quick exit. You can buy a potion that quick exits, but it would be nice if you just had, you know, go into inventory, hit exit stage, you know, Mega Man style. This shares a lot with Mega Man. I mean, that seems like a fair thing to share with it. Oh, I still need to upgrade. Now we can become the great fish. Well, on the plus side, I was wrong about the like having the ultimate form and there's nothing to fight. I guess we've got that going for us, yeah. Like, I was like, it feels kind of silly that we have this ultimate form and nothing to use it on. It was just like, it's like, you know, in like a lot of video games, you get the ultimate sword in the game and you beat the ultimate boss and then there's nobody to fight. So Okay, so we're doing... I didn't hit him once. Like, that feels like it should count as a hit. Alright, be kind, game. Be kind. Lots of... That's all my health. That spot's fine. Come on, bro. Okay, we gotta go to defense here. It's fine. How am I just... Like, where is his hitbox? Why can't I hit, like, just his upper half? It's so strange. At least I find that strange. That did that much damage? God damn it. That was also terrible. That was in the worst spot. I mean, that was awful. I don't know what I would have done there. Oh. I don't need money. Like, I was doing a ton of damage to him, but the bad thing there was that, it took away my entire wall. I don't know if he's vulnerable anywhere else. I guess we should find out. I've been shooting his upper torso. I think underneath him, you can't do anything to. Man, that was frustrating. Okay. I got this, like, death grip with my left thumb holding left on the controller against the wall. I don't need to hold it that hard, you know? You never need to push buttons on your controller. It's such a... Like, you're doing normal stuff in a game, and I'm like, I rarely have I always have, like, a super loose grip on the controller. And then you fight a boss, and I'm like, death grip! Situation too intense. Must hold controller with as hard grip as possible. Take that. We actually got some good hits in there. Alright, bang. Yeah, maybe the wings are the... Big black orb coming. And I only have a couple HP we need to heal. Come on, man. There we go. Give me the hits. I need you to stop sending out those orbs, man. Desperately need you not to send out like 9 trillion orbs, homie. I have one last bastion of safetitude. Maybe not the greatest. Let's fall with dignity. Woo! Come on, brother man. Give me them big hits. Give me them hot big hits. Give me them Casey Kasem Hot 100 Billboard charting #1 hits. That is super bad. Ooh. Come on, game. Do I have a ginseng on? We do not. Okay. Now we do. It's still the same color. I don't think I'm noticing any alternatives here. Yo! Easy baby game. Get out of here. Final hit. It felt like I did a lot better, and the Fang definitely seemed to do more damage. That seemed to do way more damage. Firebrand slayed the dark demon, who had lurked deep within the human world. Realizing that his true power was not derived from the Crests, Firebrand disposed of all the crests and set forth for the demon realm. There, he hoped to find a true warrior. A warrior with whom he could once again taste. Ew. Taste what? Glory of battle. What, he just wants to go fight? He's Goku now? We're looking for a new challenge? A new challenger awaits. My inner power didn't come from the demons? The Crest of Infinity. When all 6 crests are united, the Crest of Infinity is said to appear. I think this is the same as last time. And give the bearer unimaginable power. Well, what I can say is that I appreciate the fact that your final form actually has a purpose. You're not just like, you can go through the entirety of the game if you want, or you could go to that, I guess, optional ending, and it will, well, optional boss, and then it gives you another ending. I'm assuming all of this is going to play out just like the other thing did. It's kind of cool that there's a little bit more to it. How long did that take? It took me an hour and 20 minutes to do. Damn. It took a while. That took a while. Well, I think that went quicker than the other true boss. I think it went quicker than that. Actually, no. What? I fought that guy... Well, I don't remember how long it took. It was quicker than the dog. The dog took... Well, actually, they're about the same. The dog took like an hour and a half. That took an hour and 20 minutes. It probably took like an hour to beat the other true boss. It's all on the same... It's all on... That stupid dog. That dog wouldn't have been that bad if it wasn't for the ice. It wouldn't have been that bad. It's just the ice. The ice. You moved... You couldn't get traction, so you gotta... I'm not moving. Oh, okay, now I'm moving. Oh, it just takes like an hour to get going. And being able to... I guess fly was a little bit quicker when you were on the ice. But, oh, man. That was... That was tough. I don't like that boss. I don't like that boss either. I think there's a better way to design... You can break the vines with the... I didn't know you could do that. I think there's a better way to design bosses rather than just spam garbage at you, you know? Like, they take away the entire room from you, and then they spam garbage. It seemed like the Fang did more than... I guess it's like the standard attack. We were just hitting him with standard attacks, and I guess he had iframes, so the other attacks were flying through. So I think it definitely benefited us using the Fang versus using the multiple hitter. I thought maybe the multiple hitter thing was... I don't know how the bosses work, since we don't get to see a health meter go down, and it's not like Joe and Mac, where there are obvious, like, different shades. Maybe it's a colorblind thing, you know, and I just can't see all the different colors. But in Joe and Mac, there are steady phases of, like, you're doing damage. I can work with that. In this, it just seems it goes enemy color to just, you know, right before they're about to die. That's not helpful in gauging, at least for me, like how much damage. I'd rather there be a health meter. I'd honestly rather there be a health meter, and that way I can figure out what the heck is going on there. I would much rather that. That would be better. Because then you know, like, what you're working towards. Are you close to something? It's okay. Like, look, there's, like, minimal HUD. You know, and I appreciate that. Like, I genuinely appreciate that. There's no HUD. You know, you're not seeing how much money you're picking up. You're not seeing... I mean, well, no. You get to see, like, the items you have equipped, I guess. You can see your talisman, your spell, and your potion. I guess you can see those. but there's minimal HUD, so there's not a lot of shit clogging up the screen, but I don't think a health bar is asking for too much in something like this. That might be, out of everything that I would change about this game, that's the one thing I would like to see is a health bar. Everything else is fine. You can leave everything. I don't like those final two boss designs. They feel just spammy. That's not fun. I mean, that definitely makes things hard, but it's not the kind of fun hard. There's a better way. I've heard people complain about like the Souls-like bosses being like brutally hard. But they're not hard in the way that they're just like spamming garbage at you. And the enemy is off screen and you can't see 90% of their attacks, and then you've got to dodge stuff you can't even fathom. Like, most of the time, enemies are off screen. I don't like it when enemies are off screen. Now, that's something that happens in this genre of games all the time, and there's no way around it. If you're gonna have a big boss, like Mega Man does it perfectly. You've got one screen, one room, two enemies, you fight them in that one room. If you can manage that, if your boss's sprite is so big that they take up 3/4 of the screen and they have to fly off screen and then you can't tell what they're doing, that's not fun. You don't get to see the boss. You know, I can't avoid things I don't know that are coming, like those laser beams and stuff like that in that other boss, the snake boss. You can't do anything about that. There's nothing you can do. It's just like, okay, here is this giant laser beam. And he had two of them. One that shot an angle, one that covered the entire screen. One was angles and then the other one was horizontal. And there's nothing you can do about that. Like, it's just going to come out of nowhere and you're going to be like, okay, well, I guess this is hitting me because it's faster than I can move. It's just, now it's here. That's frustrating. There's nothing you can do about that. And to me, that's not a great way of boss design. A lot of the bosses in this, you're at least in the same area, even if, like, the Sigma dog, you know, Mega Man X Sigma dog, that thing, that at least stays on the screen with you. The bouncing fireball guy stays on the screen with you. The flying gargoyles stay on, Arma stays on screen with you. Phalanx, he does move back and forth, but the area, this isn't that big of a fight, so you're never like really losing him all that much. He's at least around. The screen doesn't scroll too much. The other fights, the entire boss is off and they're stationary, you know? It's bad. It's bad. If they stopped it from scrolling and maybe had platforms that could be destroyed and randomly appeared, I think I would handle that better. Oh, shit. Yo. Alright, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. Nice pixel art, Capcom. Bros. But I think that's problematic. And you just have spam coming from everywhere. You had, in that final fight, you had an attack that you couldn't do anything about. That little orb that followed you around wherever you went. Granted, it was slow, but it was constantly in your way, and it could block shots. So, like, if I'm trying to get over there and I'm like, I gotta shoot, here's the little orb right in my face, and I can't hit him. Super frustrating. There's a better way to create difficulty than to do that. There are better ways to do it. And I think in large part, since this time in video game development, we've actually made big strides and steps forward in how we approach this stuff. And I appreciate that. Like, we've gotten better. Game developers, I say we as though I'm part of it. I'm not. Game developers themselves have gotten better. They've seen what doesn't work well in these things and made them better. If you want a big fight like that, shrink everything down so it all can be on one screen so I can at least tell where things are coming from. I know what's happening with the boss. You have a giant arena that was basically 4 screens. It wasn't really 4 screens, but for the sake of this, we're going to call it that because of how large that was. It's really hard to tell where things are coming from when they're coming from off screen. I can kind of tell where the boss is, but man, it's rough. It's not good. It's not good. It's poor design, and there's just better ways to manage that. You know, in some small way, that fight reminded me a lot of in Circle of the Moon, Castlevania game for the Game Boy Advance, when you get to the true Dracula fight, dude is all it's a huge arena and dude's warping back and forth. You rarely have Dracula on screen. You rarely have him on screen. And then he's got attacks where you literally have to go up to the top of the arena to avoid him. And you're just bounding on the top of the arena avoiding Dracula, and it's abysmal. It's abysmal. It's a terrible fight, and this was not much better. This was not a very good fight. In my view, this was a bad fight. To me, this was bad. And that's disappointing because I don't want to look at something like this and go, "Oh, this is awful." I just it's not a good fight. Now, granted, we beat it and it didn't take too long, an hour's. I like a good challenge. I like a good challenge. I will slam my face against the wall repeatedly, repeatedly. Even if I'm frustrated and angry, I will do it. I don't really, it's a, some people will see this kind of thing and they'll just go, nope, close the door, walk away and go, I'm moving on with my life. I look at this thing and I'm like, I'm going to beat the shit out of this thing, whether it costs me my sanity or not. I got this stubbornness, which is not necessarily a good thing. But I'm sure there are people that appreciate those final two bosses. I think they're very problematic. They're not hard in the fun way. They're hard in more the bullshit kind of way where, like I said, it's off-screen attacks, tons of projectiles coming at you, they're homing. If you can at least destroy them, you have a chance, but man, I mean, in some small way, it's a bit on me. I'm not really good with that kind of stuff, so I'll take a little bit of that, but it does also feel a little shitty. When there are ways that you can platform around things and avoid stuff, you've got moving platforms, you've got lava beneath you, like they're taking away your arena and causing it to damage you, so there aren't safe places to be, and the things that are supposed to be safe are putting you in danger. Like those moving platforms in that fight in the second boss, the phalanx phase, the third phase of his with the moving platforms, those are putting you in danger. They're just as dangerous as everything else out there because they stop your movement when you're trying to get away from things. It becomes such a difficult difficult fight. And in some ways, some of that is okay, but there's a better way to balance those things. But I think what I mentioned makes those fights not hard in a fun way, but in a more of a cheap bullshit kind of way. And I don't like it when people are just like, this boss is dumb and cheap, but you don't give a reason why. Your reason, a lot of the times people say that kind of thing and they're just upset that they keep dying over and over again and aren't taking the time to learn the fight. There is something to be said about that. There's a difference between those two things where you can sit down, analyze what makes this fight frustrating for you and how you feel that it's cheap. I'm not trying to sit here and just go, this fight's stupid and bullshit and dumb and it's garbage. I am trying to analyze what it is, critique it, and say, these are the things that I like about this. These are the things that I dislike about this. I'm not trying to blatantly just go, here's some word vomit. I just want to express the fact that I feel like these are the reasons why I dislike this kind of thing. Bosses off the screen, kind of unavoidable attacks because your character can't get out of the way because you can't see them incoming. Those are things that I think aren't that great. And since this time, this era of video games, we've come a long way and we've definitely, some of this stuff still exists in some form or another, but it's gotten better. Quality of design has gotten better. And I'm thankful for that. I would love to see more Demon's Crest. I think one of my few complaints about it, and this one isn't like the boss stuff, it's kind of like the level design. Whereas I do like the fact that you get to go into levels and then there are like branching paths in the levels. It's more like Castlevania. But I also feel that is problematic because you're hiding levels within the levels. And that I think that causes kind of problems. I like the fact that there are the branching paths, but maybe if the game had indicated in ways like there's a level within this one. I think just about every level has like one secret path in it. I think just about everyone has one in it. So I guess if you look at it that way, then that's not too bad. Maybe my rant there is kind of stupid then. Upon thinking about that, I think maybe I just like I sometimes miss obvious things, and I think maybe like each level had a hidden path in it. Like one hidden path for like here's the next area. The first one that came to mind that we found was like dropping into that tornado and you get to fight the gargoyle and then go into the giant tower. I thought that was pretty cool. I actually thought that was really cool. That was in the tower levels. That was pretty nifty. That was a clever way to put like a secret path in there. Oh well, either way. All right, so this is the true ending. This is the there's the bad ending, and then this is there was there's the normal ending. Then there was the true ending, and then there was this. So you get the bad ending if you don't collect anything. You just go straight into phalanx. Then you get a good ending. You get a better end. You get the normal ending, I guess, if you collect um some things, like all the crests, but you don't have 100% of the items. You're missing talismans, you're missing health. You get other ending. Then if you get 100%, you get like the true ending, right? And you get a third phase of phalanx. And then when you do that, you get like your new game plus, and you've got an even secret ending. We'll call it the secret ending. So you've got bad, normal, good, and then secret. And we got the secret ending. So 4 endings in the game. Holy crap. That's 100% of Demon's Crest. And despite my complaints, I really like this game. I really like this game, and it would be fantastic if we got some like a remastered version of Demon's Crest where they fix some of my complaints. Like getting the entire boss on screen. We've got 16 by 9 screens now. You can shrink some of those sprites down a little bit. You can utilize that entire space. We can get big and sexy. We can get big and sexy. We can get super duper big and sexy. I wonder if I can zoom. One of the issues with my television screen, this I'm using a super analog. Either way. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.